The leader is suicide rates, an increase in loneliness, a decline in labor force participation, and an increase in singlehood, and also college enrollment falling. All of these trends that I listed off are pertaining to men. We are losing. And with most of the workforce being dominated by males, this is very detrimental to society. So hey guys, what's up? I'm Seabear, back with another video. And I want to talk about the difficulties of being a man and the things that I see in society and what I've experienced. And also, I want to talk about how we can better our situation and not take these things so hard and try to improve these statistics and facts that I listed off in the beginning. So, that being said, let's get right into it. So, the first thing I want to touch on is as a male, you have to realize no one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not the government, not a woman in your life. The sad truth is, you are on your own. Not a lot of people care about your problems or your well being. And society really doesn't care about what happens to men as a whole. We are neglected and overlooked. And it is unfortunate that it's like this, but we have to accept it and move on. And it is true, you really do have to earn other support. It's not just a given. So the first thing I want to touch on is there really isn't any sympathy for men. Honestly, Men's Mental Health Month is a joke. I think they just have it to check the box. I mean, do you even know when Men's Mental Health Month is? Because I certainly don't. And one downside of being a man is that if you express your emotions in any way and show vulnerability, you lost instant respect from people. So you always have to have this shield of armor, this stoicism to you. And you can never actually express who you want to be. And don't be fooled. No matter what they tell you, people will lose respect for you if you show vulnerability. They may not say it, but they definitely will lose respect. And I'm not really talking mostly about males, male on male interaction, but it's more male to female. Because the females will look down on you and you won't have that strong supportive figure that maybe you once had. So again, don't be fooled. It's difficult because eventually all the pent up feelings come bursting out in one big mega storm. And some men are truly completely alone and they won't reach out to anybody. They think that they're a burden. They think that many people don't really care about what they have to say. And the truth is, not a lot of people do, but there are friends and family, and mostly male friends, that really will listen to you and give good advice. And the second thing that men have to deal with is taking on a lot of responsibility. And there is good and bad aspects to this. A lot of time men are expected to have all the answers when we definitely do not. So a lot of times you have your best judgment on the fly. There's really not too much time to think about it. And we're expected to always have the answers or always make the decision, which is, I think it's a good thing. You just have to make sure you're making the right decision. And one thing that, one example is, it's very small, but for, you're trying to decide where to go out to eat with your girlfriend. You know that you will always have to be the one to decide. She is not going to give any suggestions. Maybe like once in a blue moon, like a 1 to 50 ratio, she may suggest somewhere. But most of the time it's going to be you. And yes, that is a very small example and kind of more of a joke, but I think that plays more into bigger roles, such as more life decisions as you get older. But I think making like small decisions like this will eventually lead into bigger, such as where do we live? Should we buy this house or should we buy this house? Where should we put our money? And what is the best decision for our family? So I think that's where the males in the relationship are going to have to make these decisions for others. So it's best to start analyzing the decisions you make and try to think, are they the best for others, not just me? Are they the best for the people I love and care about? The next thing men are supposed to do is provide financial stability, whether this is working a regular 9 to 5 job, climbing up the corporate ladder, or getting stability through other means. But they are expected to take care of their family, which can be very challenging at times. And often it comes at a personal cost of well being, which, again, I don't think this is a bad thing. I think it's important. I personally want to provide for my family and make sacrifices for myself so they don't have to. But it certainly does come with a lot of stress and hardships when trying to care for a family. And you know that their longevity, their lives, quality of life is sitting on top of your shoulders if you're providing that financial stability and overall leadership in the household. You know, failure with men is very unforgiving. So when men don't meet expectations, society tends to be very less forgiving when men don't meet those expectations. And once they do, they're considered incompetent or just less valued. I think males in society certainly have some transactional wealth amongst everyone else. Men are often linked to what they can provide. That goes along the lines of financial worth, so can you support a family? Emotional worth, be that emotional support for everyone around you, and also physical support. I think that this fosters a sense of like disposability. So if say you were providing these things, and if you stop, you are going to be the first to go. You're just like I'd say a car. You know, that's the best example. Once that car stops working, what do? You get rid of it. You don't try to fix it up most of the time. If it's got a very expensive price tag to get it going again, you either sell it or put it in the junkyard. So I think that men's worth is very transactional. And you know, one thing that really hits home is men are very neglected. So one thing that really hits home is pertaining to custody battles. So, a member of my family, which was male, he faced a lot of bias when it came to custody battles and parental rights. And honestly, it was really horrible what the court was doing to him, considering that the mother was not a good mother at all. They were giving in to a lot of her story compared to my brother when he was totally in the right. And I mean, I just felt like this situation, they could have saved a lot of time, a lot of money, made the kid's life better if they just weren't so biased towards the mothers. And I think that is something that happens a lot. That is something that's always present in court is bias against the male. And I mean, long story short, he did end up getting full custody of the child. If they would have just taken out the bias, this would have been over a lot quicker and it would have made it a lot easier on the child's life. So that's just one example that I have. And you know, what can we do? So I think the first thing we can do is we need to stand up and unite and be with each other. Like males need to be with each other. We need to have conversations because we're the ones who actually can relate to each other. We're the ones who will understand and give good advice and not just blow each other off to the side and just say something to get us to shut up, you know? So I think that you just need to be with your friends and just be able to have a conversation and make sure you guys know that it's okay to be vulnerable to each other. The second thing is, I think we need to step up and be a leader in something, whether it is church, your family, going to the gym and leading others, trying to get them to improve. But just make sure you're in a group, stepping up, being a leader, practicing just leading something. It's important to be somewhere where you can make quick judgments and then you can evaluate situations and make a decision that is best for a whole group. Because I think it's going to be great practice when you're actually in a family situation. And the third thing is we need to stand up for what's right. I don't think we need to let any wrongdoing happen without us knowing about it. Because I feel like in society, we've let too many things go by. We've let too many people get away with things and there wasn't any consequences. And this is what will be society's downfall is not having consequences to wrongdoings. And I think with the state that we're in right now, we see that everywhere when it comes to places like Washington, D.C. It is ridiculous how much those people get away with and all the sneaky stuff they're doing. So just stand up for what's right and just say something, call someone out if you see that they're doing something wrong. And the fourth thing is just take action in your life. Build something great that will benefit society and people will respect. Things that come to mind is, build a business, build a club, a group. Again, lead your family and just take care of the others around you. Be someone that people can look up to and admire of what they've built. And lastly, love and protect the women and others in your life. Just because society overlooks you doesn't mean you need to hate and disrespect people in your life. Do not have a salty attitude towards others. I know many men who act like this because they are rejected by society. They tend to hate and hate and hate on the women in their lives. And I think this is the wrong way. This behavior, to be honest, just justifies the rejection that you got by society or other women that aren't in your close circle, or you went out and tried to ask this girl out, or you were Snapchatting some girl and you didn't get the response you wanted. You being petty about that rejection just justifies the rejection, to be honest. Just be the bigger person and realize you aren't going to win them all. And I think everyone needs to embrace who you are and love the others around you. Many may feel like there's an attack on men and masculinity, but that is okay. This will only make us stronger. So yeah, guys, I'm Seabear, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I just wanted to remind you guys to love the people in your life, create memories in your life. So let me know what you guys thought about the video and the topic as a whole. Please email me if you have any questions, and drop a comment on what you think about how it is to be a male, which I know most of my viewers are males, so this does resonate with you. So I wanted to thank you guys. I appreciate the support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.